Hey guys, we're going to jump straight into some builds here. We're going to be looking at the loud and suppressed lowest recoil build and also a 100 ergo loud and suppressed build. The first place we're going to be starting off here is the lowest recoil Meta M4. The first thing is you definitely need the SAI QD handguard, and obviously as always guys, the screenshots for all of this will be featured down below, but you need the SAI handguard here, the long one. You can buy this from Skio Max, and you want to put the jailbreak on the end of it, and then once you have the jailbreak, you're going to go ahead and buy this one here called the Bulletack ST, and that's the flash hider. And the reason that this is super important is if you're using a red dot, the flash hider, unlike the VPO jailbreak, the old Meta, makes it a lot easier to use this in full auto without being blinded by the muzzle flash. And also another consideration when building this build, we've got the HKE1 stock, which is the best in slot for lowest recoil stock you can get on the M4s right now. Probably recommend building this one instead and putting the Magpul CTR carbine stock, which we sacrifice 1 point of recoil in the name of 6 more ergo. Next one we're going to be looking at is the lowest recoil suppressed M4 build. Now when it comes to this one, it's pretty much exactly the same. You want to go ahead and get yourself the Ergo PSG1 grip, and you're going to put the HKE1 on the back of this bad boy. The RK2, which is the lowest recoil reduction grip. We're going to put the long barrel here because this actually has the lowest recoil reduction by -6. You can get this from Max Peacekeeper. And then we're going to whack the Daniel Wave QD suppressor on the end of that, which is mounted onto a Daniel Wave defense compensator here, 556. So that goes on giving you 14% extra recoil reduction while being suppressed, bringing this down to a 35/97, which is actually incredibly good. For those of you that aren't aware already, we're about to look at the 100 ergo M4. Is an obvious loss in recoil, but when it comes down to it, the difference between these two is actually much more than that. So we're going to have a look at the difference between the 100 ergo version coming in at 38 vertical and 105 versus the 32/89. But the key difference between these two is obviously the 100 ergo versus the 83. And the reason that 100 ergo is so important is once you start to look at 100 ergo, we start to understand that we are no longer getting stamina drain when ADSing. The first thing you want to do, and the part that makes this mostly important, is these mags here. Now, you probably noticed that I've got them in every single gun here. That's because this mag here, called the Troy Battle Mag, is the lowest ergo reduction mag that you can buy. Now, this is a brilliant mag. Not only does it give you, load unload modifier by -10%, but at the same time, -2 is really good. Another thing that I really want to talk to you guys about super quickly here is my choice in laser. The reason I choose this Diebel Steiner is not only is it an infrared laser, which allows me to have greater accuracy when firing from the hip in fully automatic, grouping my shots better, but it also reduces your ergo by 1, which is actually the least out of any tactical laser device. Now this M4 is brilliant and I love it to bits. The last gun we're going to be looking at here is the holy grail of M4s. Not only is this incredibly low recoil, but it is also 100 ergo. This is what I would call is the God M4 right now. It's one of my favorite guns to run. There's a few little changes here that I'm going to talk to you guys super quickly about though. The first one we're going to be looking at here is obviously it has a 20-inch barrel. Now this M4 has been built to 100 ergo, and unfortunately if you change any of the parts on it, it is no longer going to be 100 ergo. As an example, if I was to take the 20-inch barrel off, however, and then I was to put on the 370mm barrel, we can see that I obviously gain some recoil, but now I have headroom to work with ergo. So if you want to put something like an example, the Hammer or the Bravo or any other scope, including the Delta Point, which doesn't actually affect your ergo in any way, we can put those two on, and now I've got a long range M4 coming in at a well above 100 ergo. So then I could go as far as to put a secondary canted sight on there if I wanted to. Obviously, you guys are going to put different lasers on, so I'd definitely recommend this build if you are very picky about your laser choice. But when it comes down to lowest recoil, I'm going to stick with the 20-inch barrel. As you can see, we just hit below 100 ergo here, so I'm going to take that bad boy off and put the PK06 on. And that's pretty much my build. And that's it for the 100 ergo M4 suppressed. So that's it for my first gun build video. If you enjoyed this in any single way, let me know what you did enjoy and what you didn't. If you got any suggestions for a gun you would love to see me do one of these videos for, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your feedback. And as always, I stream 6 days a week on Twitch. The link for that will be in the description down below. And thank you so much for watching.